What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my video. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my weekly watch list. So I will be doing a series where every week I will be dropping a watch list of stocks that do look good. Just because they are on my watch list doesn't mean I will be entering them. However, I would have alerts set up for it to hit a specific amount before I could go ahead and take a position on them. So to start off with, I have SOFI. SOFI right here, it had a harmonic and earnings happened, came back down, broke this demand line, and it broke the support. So now it turned that support into a resistance. There's two things I want to look at for SOFI before I could take a position. So as you guys can see, first though is divergence. It was playing out, however, it started weighting back down. What I would like to see is either one, if this does keep weighing back down before it weighs back up, I would like to see SOFI hit that $13 mark so I could take a position. I could target that $14.75 or $15 mark and put a clear and small stop loss on it. Or I could potentially wait for it to hit that $14.75, $15 mark, and I could play either the gap to fill, like a little bit over the gap to fill right here, about $17.48, because it was a support and a resistance and a support right here. Or you could even target that $20 if you want to have like a long-term target. But it does have diversions on both the MACD and the RSI. So those are the two ways I'm looking at for SOFI. It is on my watch list. I'm going to be having alerts set up on it. So once it does hit that area, then I would potentially be taking a position on it. Charge point is another one right here. It does have divergence right here, but it's starting to weigh back down just like SOFI. Let me see. There is also divergence on the RSI. So for the people that are in the FTM premium, you guys know we play this a lot, where we do have a supply line, it breaks out, retests, and then it goes ahead and takes off. So it's the same thing that I'm playing, but in a swing position for charge point. Essentially what I want to see is that charge point could retest the supply line and essentially bounce off of that supply line slash the support area, which is about 1952. I would take a position somewhere between $19.50 to $20, and I would like to target either right here, the top at $26, or you could even play the target of the 200-day moving average. Just depends on how the market does. And a clear, easy risk to manage. You just put a stop loss a little bit under the support and you're good to go. So I would play it right about this area right here, because if it falls below, then it would pretty much come all the way down to 13. So this is pretty much how I'm playing charge point. Next one I have here is NIO. So a lot of you guys have asked me in the Discord about the harmonics that I have. It is called Harmonics Pattern Live on TradingView. I would not depend on it because a lot of the times it gives you false harmonics. So sometimes I'll see it's a Gartley, I would draw it off, and then the numbers are completely wrong. So I wouldn't depend on it. I would use it to help me maybe spot those W's and M's that you may or may have not missed. But I would definitely always retrace over it, and maybe even sometimes you'll see a Gartley, but then the stock goes all the way down to a certain area. Once you draw it, it becomes into a different harmonic. So a lot of times I've done that before. But to get onto it with the watch list, we have here NIO. The Gartley was good. I checked out the numbers all went well. So we do have a Gartley right here. We have divergence on the MACD, nothing on the RSI. Easy risk to reward to play. However, I would like to see this come back down a little bit more. It hit a resistance area, bounced down. I would take a position somewhere about $36 to $34 area. Put a stop loss right underneath, or if you want to purchase it as close as possible, you could put a stop loss a little bit under here, but you wouldn't be playing the Gartley no more. Easy target, you would target that 45.94 area, which is a common resistance area here, here, and here. The other option you could do is target the C point and even the A point if we are in a very bull run. Don't think that will happen, but still something I'm keeping on my watch list. Next one I have here is Visa. So Visa, we have a harmonic, we have divergence if you ignore these two red candles, or not candles, but these two MACD red bars. We do have divergence on RSI as well. So you have RSI MACD plus a harmonic pattern. However, the returns are not that great. Obviously, if you do the 618 fib or give or take, I believe I drew it about 5.68%. Stop loss about 1.85%. However, if you were to do this and it were to play out perfectly using options, I was seeing something about 900% return. So if you are into swinging options, this could be a possibility for you to potentially swing this as an option. It is on my watch list. I most likely won't take a position on Visa unless I do options, but most likely not. But something I will still keep an eye out on just to see how it trades for educational purposes. Next one here we have is Fisker. I don't really have to go over this because Champ covers a lot of this. The divergence we have right here, something I did draw though is we had a supply line, a demand line. It looks somewhat like a symmetric triangle, a huge symmetric triangle playing out. What I probably would think would happen was with this divergence probably going to bounce back up, either bounce down below the 200-day moving average or hit this supply line and come back down, but eventually it will have to make a decision. Would like to see it bounce here, bounce back down, and then basically take off from that 1450 area. Obviously for long term, if this ever hits that $12.11 or this $10 supply zone, demand zone, I will be definitely buying a whole bunch of them, Fisker shares for my long-term portfolio, for my retirement account, and just basically holding them until I double my money or more. So next one I have here is Zito. So ZTO. I have here triple divergence, and I have divergence here on the RSI. It's pretty easy. We have a support area, clear support area 2531. It was a resistance here at one point, now becoming a support. So how I would play this, just target here the top and essentially 9% reward, 3% 3% stop loss. You get a 3 R&R. However, I was looking at options for it, and the options, the bid and the ask is the spread is too big. It's not worth taking anything for options, but I'm keeping this on my watch list just for educational purposes. Don't think I'll be taking a trade on it. Next one we have here is LEV. So they do buses, electric buses, and essentially there is divergence here forming. And let me see if there's anything on the RSI. Nope, RSI we don't have divergence. However, I don't like the stock anything below $12.64. So if it could get above that 12.64 area, which is a clear support area for the stock, I could definitely take a position. I could target right here at about 1586. Maybe target the 200-day moving average or even the top of the resistance. Just depends on how the market is, and obviously we're going to reassess everything based on how the market goes. Next one I have here is Zoom. So one thing I like Zoom as a company. One thing I don't like is it's trading below that 200-day moving average. We do have divergence right here on Zoom. I could potentially be a double top, but I don't think so as of yet, as long as it could hold this area. So if it goes below, you could definitely play it as a double top, and then if it breaks this area right here, you could play puts or play short all the way down here to this support area. But if you want to play it in terms of the actual divergence and play it out in terms of a long, I would love to see it hold this area. You could target up here. But only thing I don't like about it is that 200-day moving average is right there. So this stock is a little bit tricky. I'm keeping on my watch list, but I'm not too hopeful for it. All comes down to how the market does this coming week and next week. Next one I have here is APPS. So we have divergence right here forming. Nothing on the RSI. This one is very easy. Support right here. And clear resistance right here, sells off, and it was a support earlier, like a clear support, resistance. So you could easily play this one right here. I'd want to see it come down a little bit closer, but I would probably enter in about $51. 30% return and a potential 9% stop loss. if this divergence could confirm. But this is pretty much it for my watch list. If you guys want updates during the week, you could definitely message me on Discord, or you can message in the group in the Discord of the FTM. I will link it down below, and peace out, guys.